Good morning, everyone. It's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you from the park. This morning, I'm going to do a new spread that I haven't done from the Sacred Path cards. It's the Tipi spread. I hope all of you are having a good morning. I'm going to go ahead and read from the Sacred Paths book. This is the Tipi spread. It's 8-card spread. So this is a little bit longer. The TP spread gives an all-over view, excuse me, let me try again here. The TP spread gives an overall view of the life lessons you have created and reveals the future impact of how you are handling those lessons. In the TP, we find the home that lodges us and the familiar things that nurture our sense of self. The conical shape of the teepee allows the wheel of life's energy to spiral to and from the great star nation. The teepee is also a movable lodge, demonstrating the flexibility of our people and reflecting the continued need for such flexibility in the changing world. The teepee spread clarifies one's position in an often confusing world. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. And like I said, it's an 8-card spread. The first card represents the past or lesson just completed. So it's a beautiful morning, Sunday morning, out here in the woods, and I'm having a really good morning. I've already had breakfast and coffee, and I'm out here at the park near where I did my video yesterday, near the little play area. So this is a good park. We're about the only ones here. It's pretty quiet. Life is an adventure for me, for sure. So So the overall lessons you have created, it reveals future impact in how you are handling lessons. So I thought this would be a good spread for today. It's something I haven't done yet on camera. So I thought I'd try a little something new today. It's a little bit longer. So hopefully this is helpful for all of you. Give this one more shuffle here, and we will draw 8 cards. Oops, that didn't quite work. Let's try again. These are kind of big cards, so they're hard to shuffle, but they're pretty. They are pretty. I don't ever show you this side, but that's a pretty cool side. Oopsie. They're just wanting to fly everywhere today. So. We're gonna have to pick up our tent or teepee today and move on. We're turning in the van tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll be a new adventure tomorrow. So, getting prepared for that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw 8 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Oh, wonderful. Look at this. The first card represents the past or lesson just completed. The Field of Plenty. That's a beautiful card. Ideas and needs manifested. And I feel like I am in the Field of Plenty. So, that is a lesson I have just completed. 38. Field of plenty, abundance for all. No more hunger, no more pain. Great mystery holds earth's children dear and feeds them with eternal flame. Children of earth, trust again, be grateful and give praise. The field of plenty will remain to sustain us all our days. The field of plenty is an Iroquois teaching that has to do with the understanding of creation. When Great Mystery created our world, everything that would ever exist was created as ideas in our thought or spirit world. This non-physical plane of awareness is eternal and can be drawn upon at any time there is a need. The thought forms that provide all that is ever needed on the good red road of physical life exist in eternal readiness inside the field of plenty. To call these ideas into manifestation, one only need to come to Great Mystery with a grateful heart, which will bring the needed ideas into physical reality. There is no need for scarcity in the fifth world. Abundance for all children of earth is manifesting. Thought always precedes form. If ideas of sharing and equality precede that reality in the hearts of two-leggeds, the manifestation of physical needs being met will follow. This is Great Mystery's promise in creating the field of plenty. The cornucopia is full of an abundance of ideas, talents, clothing, experiences, food, companions, and feelings that will serve the needs of children of earth. If the Field of Plenty card has appeared, you are being assured that what you need at this time is manifesting. Your needs will be met. Give thanks now before your needs are met. Show Great Mystery the trust you have in the process, dropping any doubt, becoming childlike again. Do not limit the manner in which the physical manifestation occurs. Original Source operates in mysterious ways, placing the perfect people, places, and things on our paths to be answers to our true needs. We are asked to recall the differences between true needs and material crutches, which are mere illusions of happiness. In all instances, the Field of Plenty reminds us of our divine right to have our prayers answered and our needs met. So that's a beautiful first card for us this morning. That is past lessons that we've just completed. I'm going to tip this camera up a little bit, stick it out a little bit. So that's our first card. This is our second card. The second card represents the Tipi door, which is present. The present. This door represents the lesson we are learning in the present moment. Sundance, self-sacrifice. Yeah, there you go. The sun was kind of. So as you can see, he's got like 2 arrows in his chest, and he's got a little, I don't know, flute in his mouth, and a feather in his left hand. So self-sacrifice, the sun dance, number 6. And that's the lesson, learning in the present moment, the sun dance, self-sacrifice, number 6. Within the sacred arbor, the warriors dance the sun, tied to the tree of life until the dancing is done. They feel the pain of woman so the people may live, seeking medicine visions as their pain they give. The traditional sun dance is the sacred ceremony or ritual that allows warriors the right to give of their pain, of their blood, of their prayers, and of themselves, sacrificing for the good of all people. The sun dance is usually held once a year by each tribe. It is a 4-day ceremony that honors the 4 directions and the sacred tree of life, and gives the warriors an opportunity to prove their worthiness to be protectors of the people. The sun dance is called by its name because Grandfather Sun is known and honored as the source of love and warmth on the Earth Mother. The male aspect of Grandfather Sun demonstrates how warriors can be the protective and loving force that allows all members of the tribe to grow and flourish under their protection. As Grandfather Sun gives light to all green and growing things on the Earth Mother and protects us from darkness of thought, heart, or total night, so the warriors of the people protect their nations from enemies, loss of courage, and the dark night of the soul when fears take over. The area for the sun dance is prepared in a sacred manner. A circular arena that has been prepared by the woman is set up, and an arbor of brush is built around the center where the sun dance tree will be placed. The standing person or tree will be carried, never touching the ground, from the site where it was cut to the center of the circle where it is planted into the earth. The sun dance tree represents the tree of life. The actual warriors ceremony with their sponsors is secret. However, I will say that it is very beautiful and gives respect to the standing person, the dancers, Mother Earth, native tribal tradition, and Grandfather Sun. When the tree is placed, a Sundance bundle, see card 28, is placed high on the Sundance pole, which is the new medicine identity of the standing person or tree. The Sundance card asks us to look at what needs to be sacrificed so that the sacredness of our lives may be restored. It could be that doubt or fear are trailing our dreams and need to be sacrificed so that our dreams may live. On the other hand, if some bad habit has limited your capability, that habit needs to be conquered. Recklessness and overindulgence can thwart the abundant life we seek if we do not rid those parts of self that represent our shadow. Your shadow is always ready to be sacrificed. If you have learned from dancing with the darkness of ignorance, you will learn that it is no longer sacred in your life. Then the sacrifice becomes your truth. If you use less paper in order to save the rainforests, you make them sacred. In all other instances, you are being asked to give up something in order to stand in the truth of your convictions. Giving up aerosols, apathy, bitterness, greedy friends, or too much sugar can change the worth of your life. Remember, self-sacrifice is not denying your own needs, but rather the self's decision to willingly sacrifice limitation through action. So that is the present lesson we are learning in the present moment. So the third card is the future that lives on the other side of the present moment. That future is totally dependent on our living the present, so the future will be supported. So this is the third card. Peyote ceremony. New abilities, number 4. It's the water bird. When the people's spirit was broken, when the buffalo no longer roamed, when all our lands were taken and we no longer had a home, the water bird's reflection of the universes within showed us new abilities and gave us hope again. Freedom came to the red race from a dark time that seemed to imprison the very spirit of the red nations north of the border. All songs are sung to the glory of life and in gratitude for the look beyond the physical illusion. The crack in the universe puts us in touch with pure creativity and allows us to see our abilities and talents, confront our fears, and move into who and what we are becoming. The raw potential that is the true self is the knowing that brings freedom to every person. The peyote bird or water bird is the totem of the peyote ceremony. This sacred medicine bird sees the pond, observes its own reflection in it. The gift of self-examination allows the seeker to see those aspects of self that lay below the surface of the physical reality and to discover universes of consciousness. The fears that do not surface due to denial can be accessed and handled through prayer and singing. The reconnection of great mystery in sacred ceremony is the mainstay of the peyote ritual. If the water bird has flown your way and brought you the peyote ceremony card, you are being asked to recognize your own immortal spirit. Look to the crack in the universe for new ways to develop the abilities that can enhance your growth. Remove any denial that keeps you from developing new skills and use the talents you have to the fullest. The peyote ceremony card puts you on notice that opportunities to discover the self and for expansive growth are now possible. You are never as limited as you believe you are. The resources of the true self are filled with potential. Conquering limitation created in the mind will allow you to discover these new abilities and know that all goals are possible. Remember that the decision to attack your fears is the beginning of the sacred path. So that's a beautiful card for the third card. And the fourth card, excuse me, the fourth card is the lodgepole card, which is the structure that holds the canvas or the hides of the teepee in place. This card expresses the structure needed to sustain your present activities. And this is 10, what do you know? West Shield, introspection and goals. And it's a bear. West Shield, power of woman to seek answers. Place of Bear's Cave, in the fading light of Grandfather Sun. The horizon of tomorrow brings the strength to meet my goals. The West is the traditional home of Bear on the medicine wheel. The color of this direction is black, which represents the void where the answers live within the dark cave of Bear. The ability to go within and to introspect is the female energy, which is receptive. The womb of woman is the place where all ideas as well as babies are nurtured and given birth. The darkness of the fertile womb is the place where each of us on the good red road of physical life had our beginnings. We were the future generations to our parents. What future holds is always in the West, the place of our tomorrows. To understand the West, the looking within place, we must first understand our natures. Answers live in our own spirit's knowing potential. If the West Shield has appeared in your spread, Bear is asking you to look at your present goals and discern how they affect your future. Are the answers you seek from your own inner knowing? If not, it may be a time to enter the silence and digest the questions so that your personal answers can emerge. Bear also reminds us that the West Shield is the place of all tomorrows. If you are afraid of the unknown, it may be time to clear away the fear. Strength to accomplish this clearing is Bear's greatest medicine. Call on Bear and feel the courage to meet the future. Fill your spirit. In all cases, the West Shield speaks of the ability to complete our goals, the acknowledgement of our inner strengths, and the power to find and know our own answers. Remember that the opinions of others become mixed with our own doubts and become limitations when we forget to enter the silence. So, structure needed to sustain present activities, introspection and goals. So 5, the fifth card is the Lodge Medicine card. Each teepee has symbols of protection painted on the hide covering that represent the dweller's personal medicine. This card denotes the medicine that will assist you and the strength you can call on. So, burden basket, self-reliance. 34. So, the medicine that will assist me, and strength that I can call on. So self-reliance means knowing that you are able to rely on your own inner knowing and connection with great mystery. Burden basket carries my grief and gives me strength to go on. Burden basket reminds me not to take my burdens to others' homes. Burden basket sings to me when the winter is long, reminding me of summer's heat, bringing warmth to ancient bones. In our Native American tradition, there's little use for the burden basket in these modern times. The traditional burden basket has been replaced by cardboard boxes stacked in the back of a reservation pickup truck. In looking at the original usage for burden baskets, we must travel to the times when our people still wandered freely across Earth Mother without the restrictions of fences. Before the Trail of Tears forced the proud red race onto reservations, wood could be gathered by women for their cooking fires or for grandmother fires used to heat the inside of the lodges. These heating fires received their names because the wood was small enough for even a grandmother to carry and was placed in a burden basket, leaving the hands free to gather tubers, chokecherries, herbs for cooking. A grandmother fire was like a twig fire and burned hot with very little smoke, which might fill the lodge and eventually the lungs of the inhabitants. A grandmother fire heats a lodge even in the winter and provides the needed warmth and light for the nighttime activities such as the evening meal or beating new moccasins. Personal balance brings the self-reliance. We need to be in the present moment. Inner strength is created through trusting our own personal knowing and only seeking counsel when we have exhausted all other paths. When the children of earth learn self-reliance and interdependence, our common burden basket will one day be tossed in the fire of creation. The smoke rising from the fire will signal the answer to all the prayers of the fifth world of peace. If you are carrying a burden basket today, this card is telling you to pull from your inner strength and become self-reliant. You can conquer the world when you let go of the burdens by trusting your ability to find your own answers. Problems cease being burdens when solutions are found. The burden basket also teaches us not to drop our woes at the door of another. Relying on ourselves and our connection to great mystery teaches us to stretch into our own personal potential. If confusion sets in and counsel is sought, use the advice. Don't waste this precious time of others if you do not intend to respect the wisdom offered. Know also that it's not your job to solve the problems of others. Do not rob others of their right to self-reliance. In all cases, we can only carry the burdens we wish to carry. If it makes us feel good or important to have so much to handle, we might need to take a look at our ideas of self-importance. The reminder is that we are all self-reliant and must use our talents to find our own solutions. The best answer is one shared equally by all travelers on the sacred path. The sixth card is the smoke flap card, which represents the hole at the top of the teepee where the hearth fire smoke leaves and returns to Father Sky. This card symbolizes the needs met and the prayers being answered in this situation. Reflections, Great Smoking Mirror, 40. Prayers being answered, reflections. Excuse me. Through the smoke, I see looking back another reflection of me, mirror of my inner self. Who are you if I am me? Mirror of my outer self, what do others see? Is it the truth in my heart or human vanity? Great Smoking Mirror is a widely used teaching tool of Mayans and is sometimes taught by the Cheyenne and Pawnee. The Mayans say, I am another one of yourself. In this manner, the Mayans stressed that every life form reflects every other life form, that all originate from the same original source. The Great Smoking Mirror's concept of unity can eliminate all types of grandiose elitist ideas that evolved in the fourth world of separation. If every two-legged would see all other humans as unique expressions of oneself, we would have no basis for quarreling or war. The Great Smoking Mirror reflects the lesson of leaving the myth behind. You are what you decide to be. What you decide you are. Remove the smokescreen that hides your natural talents or worth and stand tall. Recognize the areas to be developed further and begin that process. Stop cowering before your potential and live your truth. There are millions of role models to choose from. On another level, you're being asked to be a good reflection for others. Encourage others to be bold. Walk through walking your talk. The reflections you see in others may not make you happy if you are doubting yourself, and you're right to be. Jealousy on any level only inhibits growth and wastes energy. Shatter the mirrors that insist on self-importance, gloom, or failure so you can get down to what's really important. On all levels, the smoking mirror asks us to accept light and shadow as equal. The reflections we dislike can be worthy opponents who teach us to grow into our potential. Even our shadow sides serve us by leading us through trial and error to the true image of self. And that's the prayers being answered in this situation. So the seventh card is the loose tie rope card, where the second smoke flap rope has come undone and is loose, blowing in the wind. If the smoke flap is not secured, snow, wind, rain can come into your lodge. So the seventh card represents the unexpected challenge in this situation. So smoke signals, intent, 23. So unexpected challenge in this situation. Sacred language of the sky, please speak to me. You who live where eagle flies, spirit I can see. In the form of cloud people coming from the fire, sacred smoke you call me to be my desires. Let me travel skyward with a heart so true that may fly like eagle and be close to you. Smoke signals are another universal unspoken language of Native Americans. The sky language is achieved through lighting a fire of mixed greens and dry wood and using a wet blanket to smother and then release clouds of smoke. In times of battle, each tribe used different signals to mark a path of action or to change their secret plans. This consistent activity kept the enemy bewildered and confused. Smoke signals are the bridge between the earth and sky. The smoke from the pipe is the essence of our prayers in visual form, traveling to great mystery. In this manner, all our relations are put on notice that the prayers of the people are traveling to Great Star Nation to be heard. The smoke signals used as communication between scouts sitting long distances apart are no different than the smoke signals sent through the pipe to great mystery. Both are unspoken languages that signal the sender's intent. The smoke signals being sent your way call for clear intent. If your purpose or direction has been muddled, now is the time to walk your talk. The signals you send to others may be bringing unwanted attention your way. Observe what it is that you are putting out and straighten up so that you will attract the kind of experiences and people you want inside your sacred space. Another message is a reminder from the spirit world. If you lack direction or have unclear intent as to what your needs are, the allies cannot assist you with those requests. Clear intent brings rewards on all levels and will speed your growth process. Pay attention and take advantage of the power of your intentions. You have won half the battle when your clear intent removes the barriers to decisive action. So that is the unexpected challenge. So I have to make sure that I have clear intent on what it is I am manifesting in my life. And that's why my circle has gotten very small, because I'm protecting my sacred space right now. That's why I'm out here in nature, grounding my energy and trying to release um, the negativity and healing my heart. Because in order to help others, I have to be in a balanced position and have clear intent. So, number 8, the streamers at the top of the lodge poles denotes the purpose of the teepee and the owner's function in the tribe. These streamers are victory banners. Therefore, the 8th card is the victory banner, which reflects your ability gained by the successful completion of your present pathway. And what do you know? 8, East Shield Illumination Clarity. And that just happens to be the number of the campsite that I'm staying at. Number 8. And I've been having synchronicity the last couple weeks, 8s. So, which reminds me of an infinity symbol. So this is the victory banner, East Shield. Shield of the East, illuminate my path so that I may fly with eagle to the home of Grandfather Sun's first light. The ancient medicine man, Yellow Three Fingers, parlayed his way into my morning silence and sat before me, carefully removing his red bandana headband. He looked deeply into my eyes. A faint smile, barely perceivable, moved across his weather-worn face. He touched my mind. His words fell like prayer lances in the fertile earth of my memory. I have come to teach you East Shield, he said. I watched as he dipped the first 3 fingers of his left hand into the bowl of sacred corn pollen and then gently drew them across his forehead, creating 3 yellow lines. West to east, they traveled across the rocky crags of his time-worn, wood-grainy brow. I observed in silence, knowing that each movement was a dance step of the Eastern Shield. The Eastern Shield is the place of illumination where Eagle lives. In this place you will find the golden door that leads to all other levels of awareness and understanding. The East is where Grandfather Sun greets us each morning. There are 3 pathways to the wisdom of the Eastern Shield, he said. We will share the goodness of this day of falling leaves. As we walked, I came upon an ancient pottery shard, and Yellow Three Fingers told me to offer tobacco and take it with me. He continued around a small mesa, and he called me to mind my step. I stopped and looked down. There in front of my feet was a bull snake nesting on her eggs. I offered her tobacco and gave her a wide berth. As I continued below the back side of the mesa and came across a copper penny waiting for me, proudly sitting on a mound of red earth. I picked